Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. So I know I said on the last video we haven't uploaded anything for ages, and then you've had 2 videos in the space of a week.
Back to back.
And we're here because it's this little man's birthday. And it's his birthday today. How old are you today, Jude? 4. You say it? 4. He has been really excited, bless him. So I haven't done tons of filming just because it has been Jude's holiday.
Daddy, who's speaking to?
We're speaking to everyone.
I'm speaking to everyone who's watching this video.
Why?
So yeah, I haven't done tons of filming, but I'll show you what we've been up to so far. I'll show you the room in a second. It's like a bomb's in it at the moment, so you'll have to excuse the mess. And I'll try and show you a bit more of what we're up to in the next couple of days. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you. So as promised, I thought I'd do a quick room tour. You'll have to excuse the mess. We've been here 3 days. This is pretty much as bad as it gets. So the bathroom really reminds me of like a Premier Inn bathroom. The only thing that's different is the sink unit is lowered. Obviously, this is all set up for kids. But I thought that's quite a good touch, really. So this was meant to be Jude's room. You see, we've done this for his birthday. We have taken the mattress off the bottom bunk. There are 2 bunks. Both have like a little telly built in. So if your kids want to watch stuff, they can. Then there's all like space on the left-hand side. We took it out purely because Jude fell off the ladder within the first hour of us being here. So we've moved his mattress just here, as you can see. But this is the main living area. It's quite spacious. It really reminds me of a Premier Inn, as I said. The one thing I will quickly point out, in this far end, you've got your own kettle there and little mini fridge, which is really handy. Really handy. Obviously, a lot of the places at Butlins, they have their own kitchens and whatever, but we're in the Wave Hotel, and so we haven't got that. We've literally just got that there. But that's enough. That's done us. A kettle and a fridge it's come in really handy. So as I say, look, you've got all this space here. Obviously, we've taken it up with the mattress. But this is our view out to the lovely Bognor, overlooking Butlins. So these places down to the left, these are the original accommodation. They're the chalets. Then you've got the main pavilion entertainment bit, which is your tent in the middle. Towards the far left, you've got the Shoreline Hotel, and that's where the pool is, just behind that. And out to the right, you're looking out to sea, and you've got Studio 36, which is where we've seen a couple of the shows today. So as I say, what I'll do, I'll show you some of what we've been up to, and then what I'll do in the next couple of days, I'll do a walkthrough and just show you a bit more of the site. So I thought I'd try and do something a little bit different here. We haven't done much vlogging in real time, so to speak. So I thought I'd do a bit of a walkthrough and talk you through what we've been up to and show you some of the highlights. So the hotel behind us there was the Wave Hotel. That's where we're staying. We paid about 180 quid for the 5 nights, well, the 4 nights, which for me has been really good value for money. It's obviously that much cheaper than Centre Parks, which is where we've been for the last couple of years. And the room itself's a bit basic. It's like a Premier Inn, maybe a bit more tired than a Premier Inn. I think the hotel's about 15 years old, there or thereabouts. But yeah, it's been all right. And what I would say is the entertainment's been good, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. So coming up, here's the first restaurant. This is the Firehouse. Now, we didn't do any kind of dining package. You can do that. You can do all-inclusive food and drinks, but we didn't do that purely because it just really took it up to a silly amount. I think it was about an extra 600 or 700 quid, and that for me wasn't worth it. So what we've done, we just basically put that money into a pot and have been eating out and about in Bognor. So before we even got here, we stopped in a place called Bonito Lounge, and it's part of the lounges chain. We've got one in our local town called Sentado. So we stopped there for a bit of lunch, and that was all right. That wasn't too bad at all. I'll just take you through the main tent area here. this is always really lively. They've got like photos where you can meet the different characters, and to the left, I'll show you in a second, is where one of the main stages is, just through there. So yeah, the first lunch was all right, and then following that we went to a Turkish restaurant called The Lounge on our first day, and that was pretty good. It wasn't it wasn't the cleanest of places, but the actual food itself was really good. Was really, really good, and I think I came to about 90 quid for the three of us. It was a little bit pricey, but the food was outstanding. One of the best Turkish meals we've had in some time. I'll take you out the back here. So this is the way to the beach, and it's also the way to Studio 36. So we caught a show there yesterday, and I'll be honest, it was worth the entrance fee alone. So it was worth 180 quid just for that show. It was a show called Animals and Mythical Creatures, I think it was, but it was absolutely exceptional. So if you do catch one of these breaks and that's on, then definitely recommend doing it. It's about animal conservation, but it's done in a really engaging, fun way, and it appealed to Jude and it appealed to us. It was quite funny in places, and the guy that does it, he's got it off to a fine art. So yeah, it's really good. Carrying on with the food side of things, we went to a cafe yesterday called the Grey Cafe, I think it was, for a bit of breakfast. There's a little bit of a walk out, probably 15 minutes or so, maybe 15 minutes. But that was exceptional. That was about 35 quid for the three of us. But it was a really, really good breakfast, all local produce, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was great. And this morning we just popped to a local beach cafe, literally just outside where I showed you there. And again, that was all right. We just had a bacon sandwich, and that was about 20 quid for 3 bacon sandwiches, a couple of coffees. So all in all, I definitely think it's worth sorting yourself out here rather than doing the dining package. I mean, if you want the convenience, fine, but I don't think the food here has been great. This is centre stage. This is one of the bigger venues. I think we're up there later for, I think there's some sort of Peppa Pig show, I think. So we're going to do that later. Let's quickly nip out. And just quickly going back to the dining side of things. Last night we went out for a curry because Jude said he wanted some popper bombs, as he calls them, for his birthday. And we went to, I think it's called Bombay Valley. I'll correct it in the down below if I've got that wrong. And it was a nice curry. It was all right. It all come up nice, but it was really, really expensive. It was £117 for the three of us. Now, bearing in mind, Jude only had really like poppadoms and a little bit of our chicken tikka. So really, that's between two. So yeah, it was a bit steep. So I'm going to take you through here, if you just bear with us. This is coming to the fun fair. I'll go up here, I'll show you a bit more. So you've got go-karts and stuff. See, most of this is included. There's a couple of upcharges, but not a lot. I think the go-karts is an extra 7 quid. But like the carousel, the waltzers, the helter-skelter, that's all included in your entry. And I think that's one of the things that's impressed me here, is it hasn't really, like food and drink aside, it hasn't felt like a rip-off. When you go Centre Parks, it just feels like everything you do is out to get more and more money out of you. Where this, it hasn't felt like that. Like the football we did with Jude yesterday, that was free. Yeah, so I can't really complain. The swimming is straight ahead down there, by the way. I didn't get any footage of the swimming. Obviously, you can't take cameras in there or anything, so I didn't take any footage of that. But again, really impressed by that. I think that's relatively new. The swimming complex. It looks brand new, if I'm being honest. But we found that to be really good. Again, probably a little bit better set up than Centre Parks, if I'm honest. You've got like a high climbing thing now. I'm pretty sure that's included. Now, one thing I will say, there's a couple of small parks here, and you'll see one just coming up here. My advice would be avoid them like the plague, for a couple of reasons. One, they're consistently busy, and two, we've seen a couple of arguments and fights, and I'll be honest, that's just the adults. We on more than one occasion we've seen some of the parents in the swing parks not only smoking but vaping and with alcoholic drinks. Now they do an all-inclusive drink package, even on these sort of like tots midweek breaks, so I think some of the parents just sign up for that and then they're drinking all day, which is fine, you know, they're on holiday, and that's absolutely fine. But for me, don't take your drink into the swing park. And there was a couple of occasions yesterday we noticed that the parents was almost having fisticuffs over some arguments with the kids. So my advice would be go straight out towards the beach, and there's a swing park literally just to the right hand side. It's been really quiet, but it's also really nice, so do that. And the other one, we went to a park today called, I think it's Hotham Park, I think I might have pronounced that wrong, but again, that was nice. It's pretty quiet. But yeah, avoid the swing parks at all costs. Now I'm going to walk you down one of these roads. These are the original chalets. This is where I stayed here years ago. Now I'm pretty sure these used to be army barracks, but we didn't fancy this. So we gave this a bit of a wide berth. I remember when I stayed here probably 13 years ago, they weren't in the best of shape then. So that's why we opted for the hotel. But I'll be honest, and I've said to Charlotte, and we both agreed, pound for pound, for entertainment for the kids, this probably tips it over Centre Parks. It's so much more geared up towards the toddler age. I think Centre Parks is great for that 7 to 12 and that sort of age group. So I've got a bit lost here. But for the toddler age, there's tons here. Like the shows are really geared up for that. Like we're going to see Peppa Pig again tonight. That kind of stuff. Jude's loved it, and I said to him, "What would you prefer?" And he said coming back here, which is interesting. So yeah, I mean, I think we would come back. Maybe not straight away. Cheers, thank you. Maybe not in the next year or so, but Jude's really enjoyed it. And I think if you can look past some of the things I've mentioned, and as I say, you definitely do your eating out and about, then it's been a good break. It really has, and Jude's loved every minute of it. I'm just trying to see if he's on the balcony. I can't see if he is. No, the door's open, but they're not there. But yeah, we've had a really good time. So I hope this has given you a bit of a flavour of what it's like. I think the one thing that has helped is the weather. Like if you look at that sky, it's the 9th of October today. And I'm walking around in like a polo shirt, no coat. So that has definitely helped. But yeah, what I'll do, I'll show you a bit of a montage of of anything else that I've not covered in this video, what we've been up to for the last couple of days and from here on out, and then we'll give you our final verdict when we're back home. Hello everyone, so we're back home. You'll see I'm by myself. We've been trying to get this summary video out for a bit, but we've just been so busy. We've been viewing schools with Jude and we've had quite a bit on with work and stuff. So I said to Charlotte, look, let me just do it myself so we can get this video out and I can actually start to get some space back on my phone and delete some of these videos. So I thought I'd do it by myself just to close this out. So there's 5 things that I thought would be beneficial to talk through if you're thinking of doing Butlins. Just to head it off, we had a really good time. I think I touched on it on the walkthrough that we only paid about £180, I think it was, for the 3 of us for the 4 nights. And from a value for money perspective, it was unbelievable. I mean, we've paid more to stay 1 night in places with no breakfast and all of that kind of stuff. So 180 quid for the 3 of us for the 4 nights, considering the entertainment and whatever else you got, I think was really good value. So 5 tips. First one, stay in the hotel rather than the chalets. From experience, the chalets, and I'm going back years now, but they was in dire straits, if I'm honest. They needed a lot of work done. I don't think they've had a lot of work done. Looking at the pictures online, they still look pretty tired. But the Wave Hotel and the Shoreline Hotel, I think they're about 10-15 years old. But they're like a Premier Inn. You know what you're getting. And although you don't have the kitchen that you get in the chalets, I still think it's much the better option staying in the hotels. I've showed you our room. I was really happy with it. So if you're thinking of going, even if it is a bit more and you haven't got the kitchen, I'd still recommend doing the hotel. Second thing, I think I touched on this on the walkthrough as well, is the eating aspect. You can do like a dining package where you can eat out in Butlins at selected restaurants and stuff. It was quite expensive. My advice is whatever they're quoting you, put that into a pot and just go into Bognor Town Centre and eat there. The choice, you got loads of choice, loads of good restaurants. So we got ripped off a little bit in the Indian, but that's on us. We should have done our homework a bit more. There was plenty of other options. But everything we had was nice, to be honest, and I don't think we'd have got that quality of food if we'd have eaten in Butlins. Third thing, if you're going with kids, like toddler age, like we did with Jude, no doubt they want to go to the park at some point. Avoid the park in Butlins, go to the park on the beach or the park just behind the Wave Hotel. Much better, much quieter, much nicer. And I know I touched on what some of the parents were doing in the Butlins Park. We didn't have any of that on the one on the beach. So definitely do that. One of the things I didn't touch on for tip number 4 is the early swimming. So if you've got an under 5, they open the pool an hour early. I think it's every day. May have to double check it, but certainly most days, where the slides are not working, the wave machine's not working. So it's just your bog standard pool. So it's a lot quieter. But for under 5s, it's brilliant. There's no rush, there's no noise. So we did that with Jude and it worked out really well. We stayed for a little bit. So once the floodgates open, so to speak, at 10 o'clock, and all the slides go on, all the wave machines go on and all of that stuff, we did stay for a bit, but it did get really busy. So if you have got an under 5 and you want to just do a bit of quiet swimming, go early. I think it opens at 9 o'clock, but so just double check it. And the final thing is when you go to book, you'll have the option to do like a VIP booking. And I think we paid about £10 extra. It wasn't a lot at all. But what that does, that gives you early access to some of the shows. So they usually open the doors to get your seat about, I think it's, if you haven't got the wristband, I think it's about 15 minutes, half an hour before. But if you've got the wristband, you can get in about 45 minutes before the show. So that means you get the pick of the tables, pick of the seats. And that works well for us and Jude, so that we could, you know, if we wanted to nip out, we could, or whatever. So it wasn't a big rush, you didn't have to queue for ages. So for the sake of like a tenner or 15 quid or whatever it is, definitely worth it. So that's it for Butlins. As I said, it really surprised us. I wasn't expecting much at all, considering what we paid, and I think it's got a little bit of a reputation for not being the nicest of places. But I'll be honest, we loved it. We really did. Definitely go back at some stage. Like anywhere, I think the prices go through the roof at half term, so that might be a little bit of a spanner in the works for us in years to come. But pound for pound, entertainment wise, Jude loved it, and he kept saying he preferred that to Centre Parks. I think that really says it all. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you're sticking with us for this far, we've got one final video for this year, but I'm not going to say what that is just yet. You'll have to wait and see, but that will be sometime in December. But hope you're well. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Take care.